My first ship after doing my training was HMS Broadwater, ex-USS Mason. When war commenced, I immediately volunteered and was told to go home. They hadn't enough uniforms for the reserves. However, I bought out of my own pocket volume 1 of the Seamanship Manual and studied it. And when Dunkirk arrived, I wrote again to the Navy. I thought it'd all be over before I got in, and back came my papers. And I had to report to Butlins Holiday Camp, which was then called HMS Royal Arthur. After doing our first 6 weeks initial training at HMS Royal Arthur, we were then shipped down to Devonport, and we did our training there until December 1940. When we came back from there, we were then sent to our ship, which was HMS Broadwater, berthed in Cardiff in dry dock. We arrived there on a very dark winter's night, and there was shipmates and dockyard workers all over the place, the cables. They were getting ready to go to sea to join the 4th Clyde Escort. I'd never been to sea before. The only ship I'd been aboard was one of the fancy ships going down from Tower Bridge to Margate with my father. So when we did sail from Cardiff on New Year's Day in January 1941 at 8 o'clock, which is the start of the first watch, we were mustered under the bridge with the seas coming inboard, and it got to the last 2 people, and I was ordered to go up the masthead into the crow's nest. This is quite a job because the mast is swinging backwards and forwards over the sea. Eventually I get up there, and after about 5 minutes, all I wanted to do was die. And so I sat down on the little step that was inside for we shorties, and the officer of watch rang the bell and said, "Why didn't I report the ship on the starboard bow?" I said, "I was looking up to port, sir." He said, "You're supposed to look out all round. If I have to ring you again, you'll go on a charge." But we left Cardiff. We arrived at Swansea on the first evening. That after we left got bombed, and then we went up and we joined the 4th Clyde Escort at Greenock. We had our orders to sail to pick up a convoy. We went round to Northern Ireland, to Lough Foyle, and there were assembled all the merchant ships and other 1 or 2 escort vessels. Of course, in those days we were very, very short of escort vessels. And we had no information whatsoever, but you picked up as you went along, and finally we arrived just off Iceland, where we left that convoy that was picked up by escort vessels, and we picked up a eastbound convoy to return to the UK. Sometimes in our convoy there would be a battleship. One time there was HMS Rodney, and it was only later on we realised that this must be a troop convoy going right up to Iceland and then right down into the South Atlantic and round the Cape. Vessels on the odd occasion, a tanker would go up in the middle of the night, just a sheet of flame, and there was nothing you could do. Obviously the submarines were lying on the outside of the convoys. Well, strange enough, you know, we were young, and you seem to take all these things in your stride, and until something actually happens close to you, men being killed or injured, you just take it as everyday life, I suppose, in the service. I think we did about 7 or 8 convoys.